Good morning. I was going to show you the garden today. We'll start over here. I've got some nasturtium there, and that whole row there I planted with nettle and arnica. I may have to clean the screen if it's coming from the cold house, so it's like all foggy. So there's our nettle, and these are the elderberry. You can see the little berries forming there. And these are our pea and radish cover crops, and I don't see my winter squash coming up yet. Okay, I'm going to clean the screen, so hold on. Alright, there you go. Now you're not so foggy. Okay, so this is our pea and radish cover crop, and I am going to plant our winter squash here. The only one I have is this one that I grew in a container on the porch that's there. So I have that. And then here is our hibiscus, and unfortunately I cut one of them with the weed eater the other day. I was very sad about that. You can see here we've got some apples. They're kind of hard to see there. We've got some apples. There's more if you just look all over. We've got apples. There's the hibiscus. I've got comfrey here. I need to get it all cut back. Let's see what else I have. There's a plant here that I planted for Mother's Day, and our lily isn't blooming just yet. There's our apple tree. I planted this sage here in the bed, and I cut back a lot of the comfrey and the oregano. Here's our, nope, I'm going to clean you off again. Here's our calendula and some of our other things. You can see my nasturtiums popping up here and there. And then there's this bed. I need to get all the comfrey out. It is, you can see over there, it's bent over. It needs to be chopped down. And our lemon balm. And I don't really have that strip planted there, but I've got some zinnias up front that I plan on planting there, so it'll look pretty, hopefully, if they all survive the heat. And you can just see there's more. I've got kale back there. This is our marshmallow. And these are our catnips and our radishes. And our radishes, if you can see, I'm going to zoom in there. They are just about ready to pick. And also, if you can see, there is a banana tree. That's the banana tree Mandy got me for Mother's Day. And there's a rose there too. And I've got sweet mint behind all that buttercup. And our daffodils are done for the year. And then there's some lemon balm in there that shouldn't be. As you can see, it takes over. Oh, zoom out so you can see. It takes over the whole bed. So let's see, there's another marshmallow, and I planted some toothache here. These are the poor little sad starts I had. And let's see, there's the lobelia, a purple and a blue one. Robert got me those for Mother's Day. And nasturtium, and there's an elderberry. And then this is our lettuce bed. I don't know if I showed you this before, but I've got some sweet potatoes here. And there's some more. Some of them are from the house, inside the house, and some I took from the bucket in front. I'm experimenting with those. Oh, and I just noticed, happy birthday. We got little moringas popping up there. That's awesome. There's another one right there. How cool. And then I've got different things planted here, but I don't know if they're going to come up. But the moringa, that gives me hope. Little guy is falling over there. Okay, so we'll finish up here. Take you back around. Now these will be really pretty lilies when they bloom, but they're not going yet. And there's our new Honeycrisp apple, and I guess I can show you. There's the new little, I think that was a pear, and there's our other apple tree and peach tree. I haven't looked. Oh, yep, I can see an apple. I'll go show you since I'm there. And I see it. Hopefully you can see it. It's so high I can't get up that high, so hopefully it's focusing. But that's our red apple. And then this one's our green apple. And it's kind of like a pan shot here of everything. Then we'll go back through. I left off kind of over here. Let's see. Oh, yes. You can see some of the radishes from this angle too. There's the white ones and the red ones, and there's supposed to be carrots in there. I guess I can see a few here and there, but they're very sparse. I still haven't figured out carrots. That's our sweet mint, and our rose, and our banana. And I've got a few zinnias popping up there. And this is our lettuce and radish and onion bed. You can see it's getting close to being harvested. But you can see here too, these are Hass radishes that I had bought. I thought that'd be better. And then these are radishes that we had got from just the feed store. And they're doing much better. Like, they're done ready to be picked. I think I'm may give it just a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna ferment some. That's what I'm gonna do. And this is our elderberry, and I don't know what this is. It kind of looks like a thistle. I need to get that out. I didn't realize that was there. I thought it was the elderberry. I haven't been paying close enough attention. And I got all this mulch. This is the blanket flower. Something happened and cut one of those off, and Robert stuck it in the ground, and it took. So now we have two. And as you can see, if you can, the rain barrels are empty. We desperately need rain. And our strawberries, look at these leaves. It is crazy. Like, I have never seen strawberries with leaves this big. It's crazy. These are the ones we got on clearance for $1 at Walmart. So, and I cut all my kale back, and there's more nasturtium there. There's another one that's not looking so hot. I accidentally covered it with the mulch. Let's see. Here's Mandy's, what is it, a petunia, I think so. And this elderberry's got lots of berries on it. This is just a new little cane that came up this year, and it's already got berries on it. These things are amazing. It's taken it forever to get this tall, but I think it's a shorter variety. And here's our chocolate mint. It's supposed to be a lantana, but it's not looking so hot. Hibiscus that's just about to bloom. Rosemary, sedum. And I didn't get very far with the grass. I've still got a little bit over here, but I'm going to plant sweet potatoes in that bed that's so weedy there. I was going to put it with our peppers, but we ended up having too many peppers. And speaking of peppers, I still have more to plant. There's the poor hibiscus I hit with the weed eater, and I was just sticking it in something to try and give it a chance. These are zinnias, I think these are sunflowers, and then these are zinnias that I'm going to plant in that strip around back that I was talking about. And these are cuttings of things that have just broken off or something, and we're just trying to see if we can get anything out of them. These are apple mint, and back there's the echinacea. It's not doing so hot this year either. And this is bee balm. It is really tall, almost to the window. It'll be really pretty whenever it blooms. I got a catnip there, and more apple mint. The comfreys really need to be cut back. And if you look back there, that light green, that is the hollyhocks. I've got them all down there. The black hollyhocks, they're so neat. Right there. And there's some weeds in here. I haven't got it all done. There's woolly lamb's ear, more marshmallow. I think there's a little hollyhock there. I didn't know this marshmallow was here. I don't think. It kind of popped up later. And then there's one of our teas, another one of our teas, and another one of our teas. And if you keep looking, there's more hollyhocks all through there. Some of them look better than others. Oh, this one's pretty good back here. Let's see. There you go. There's another hollyhock, and these are orange mint right there. And of course, like I said, there's weeds. I planted valerian there. I've tried for years to get that to start, but maybe it will this year. Another orange mint. This is a cutting I took from the big plant around back last year, and it's already that big. And there's another, I think this is that's the Indian spring hollyhock that I had found that survived. And that's the end of the hollyhock. So I've got from here all the way down with new hollyhocks. And let's see, I've got pineapple mint here, and we've got moringa that has definitely grown, and we've got woolly lamb's ear. They got really big leaves already. And this is another elderberry, and I've got yarrow in there, and there's some marshmallow behind it too. Let's see, you can see the marshmallow. And this is our horseradish, peppermint, spearmint, the willow. Hopefully I'm not blinding you by the sun. Sorry about that. And then there's spearmint back in there. Okay, so on to the garden. I guess I'll just start with the fruit. I'm sorry, I missed the shade today. It's going to be sunny. There's a raspberry that I'm not sure that's going to make it. Another raspberry, and I'm not sure it's going to make it. This is a new blackberry. I can't remember which one it was. I think this is the one from Atwoods. I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe pie something. I'm not sure. This is a Tift Blue blueberry, and I can't remember what that one was. I think it was like some pie kind of thing too. And this is a new one I found. Oh, I may be blocking that. I'm sorry if I did. This is a new one I had just found in the walkway and replanted it, and that's a Ponca. You can see they're starting to put fruit. Well, if you can see, I keep getting in the way. Okay, if you can see, they're starting to get fruit, and I'll come show you this one. This is the, if I can get my shadow out of the way here, there's that one. I think I'll have to go the other way next time. And then there's this one starting to get berries on it. Yesterday we went out in the ditch, which was a good thing because the county just came through and mowed. We picked over a pound of dewberries, and I also picked over like right at a pound of peas. And this is another one. I can't remember which one this one is. I think that's the one he got at Tractor Supply. And I think this one is this blueberry. These are all blueberries, by the way. This one I think is the pink lemonade, possibly. I can't remember. I get this one and the other one, but you can see it's got some good sized berries on it. It's doing really good. And we got this from a local woman that lives just a little bit north of Hot Springs. And these plants look better than anything. I mean, you could just look at the green, and the green compared to like this one from Tractor Supply. It's crazy the amount of green that it has on it. But here's a kind of shot you can see. I'm in the aisle of the last bed. You can see down. I've got to get these buckets out here. That was a pain whenever we were mowing and weed eating. Here's our grape. I think this is the purple table grape, I think is what that one is. There's supposed to be raspberries in here, but they just are not happy for some reason. I don't know what we're doing wrong with those. Maybe we will figure it out. And here's another grape. It's doing good. I don't see that these have stuff on it yet, but this, which one was this one? I don't remember. The Navajo, okay. And it's got berries on it, and it's like a really cool bush variety. It kind of stands up on its own. And got all our comfrey, and this did have a cluster. I don't know if it dried up or if it will have more. Oh, there's a few there. There's a few little berries there. This is the grape. This is another grape. And this one, I love how bushy this one is, and I have no idea which one it is. But it's got good sized fruit on it. So that's awesome. And another grape. This one again doesn't look like it has anything on it. And then this one is a Prime Arc Freedom, I think. And you can see it is absolutely loaded and still putting on flowers. It is amazing. And that little one that I showed you on that last row, it is also the same kind. We had it in this teeny tiny little pot here, and it put out such long roots that it grew in the mulch that we had and made a whole new plant. So can't beat that. This is the massive one of Grandma Young's blackberries, and it's like the last one. I think there's one that isn't doing anything, but it's still green. So I've got 2 rows of Grandma Young's blackberries. Oh, look, they're about to flower. That's good. That's really good. And more of that. And you can see, oh, there's lots of them about to flower. That's good. And they're putting on new canes too. Grandma Young's ones already are. I hadn't noticed so much with the other ones. Let's see, like that right there, that is a new cane. They're putting on really good. And we've got to get this fence done. We still have a fence here, and then a fence back there to finish. We've got the roll there. And then we'll be all done other than the ground cover. There's more that's coming up. But you can see there's another one. And here's another one where it's coming up. But these are just about to flower. There's more there, more canes. But they're doing really good. And then the potatoes, whenever Robert mowed, we raked it up and covered our potatoes. And as you can see, some of them are flowering, which is a good thing we got them covered, because when they're flowering, they're supposed to be putting on their potatoes. So we got all of that done, and then last time we got almost all the peppers mulched except for that little bit there. I went ahead and did that, so hopefully whenever it rains it'll stay nice and moist. And right here is where I found that blackberry. It was so tall, like as tall as the bed. It was awesome. Oh, and I must show you. Look how pretty the yarrow is. I thought these were white ones, but Mandy went and took video, and they are pink. They are so pretty. And then I just weeded this bed. I've got roselle and okra and things like that. I think this is a volunteer roselle, and I also think this one is as well. I'm not sure, but I think so. And here's all our tomatoes. I had to come out here and tie everything up. It was pretty windy yesterday, and some of them had fell over. So here are our tomatoes here, tied up. And then here's the ones in the arbor, tied up. I was going to show you a few of these blueberries we have. These were some we got from that woman in Hot Springs for like $2 a piece. And they're doing good. And I've got apples that are stuck in the ground there, and some figs. And I've got a fig and a chestnut back there. And our sweet potatoes, I already pulled those off of there. Some that I already had. And I've got more white sweet potatoes there we had just picked up, and I think that's mostly everything there. Oh good, and the shade has came out. How nice. That is lovely. Okay, so these are our peas that I love so much. Mandy counted last time and said I did 7. I mentioned it 7 times, or went back to it 7 times in a 4-minute video. So you can tell I really wanted these peas for a long time. But they are just so pretty. And oh, oh gosh, I just stepped in a crawdad hole. Lovely. These ones I love. They're like so funky. But it's so pretty. And our catnip looks really pretty with it too. But I'm just going to pan down so you can see why I was able to pick a whole pound off of these just yesterday, and I've gotten, gosh, 3 to 4 cuttings since then, and you can see some of them turned out green, which is kind of wild, but they could almost be picked again. Of course I wouldn't get nearly as much, but look at these tomatoes. Look at that. It's done up way up there. These things were like 2 or 3 panels down whenever we planted them. These are mostly sun golds, and there's a sun sugar. That's the ones the kids like. There's that, but let's see. Yeah. And then I've got onions here, and I tried to plant basil here. The grass clippings just kind of went over it, so I don't know how well that's going to work out. This is the bed I tried to plant carrots and radishes and beets in, and it mostly just needs to be weeded. There's a few beets, but I'm going to weed it and plant sweet potatoes. I had planted some, you can see some here, but I guess they weren't happy because it was a very hot day. These are Wando peas that I had planted that I had had before, and they're really tough. I don't know if they're a shelling pea or what, but I don't like them nearly as much. But here are the other tomatoes. They don't have near the growth that the others have, but they're pretty good. And like I was telling you, I planted borage here. Kind of see those little black spots. That's where the borage is. And then I planted toothache in here, I believe is what I did. And then you can see, like they're putting fruit on them. Am I in there? I think so. And then you can see they're setting flowers. This one of these had a really big flower on it yesterday, like compared to the cherries. It's a massive flower. And you can see there we're in the back where I've done okra and such. And then we'll start on this side. I've got another tomato that I had to tie up. You can see it's got little fruit on it. And we can see the peas from this angle. I love the flowers too. Let me zoom in on that. They have the most beautiful flowers, and the color. Oh, I just love them. Okay, let's see if I can get that any better. Okay, and there's also, since these probably won't last forever in the 90-degree heat, but they're doing great, I planted the noodle beans underneath there, and they're already coming up. These two are a lemon squash. Cucumber. I thought I was getting lemon squash, but my brain wasn't working right, and I got cucumber instead. So we're going to try that. These are the Armenian cucumbers. There's that one and that one. And I've got onions through here too. And then these are the butterfly pea. They should be like a purpley blue color. And it's thought to replace this, it would look pretty. And this is the Malabar spinach. And then we got more peas. I don't know if I showed you any of those. Oh, these ones are yellow. That's odd. I wonder if that plant's dying or if those are the green ones. We'll have to pay attention to that. And then our lavender is coming up, and I've got a zinnia, oregano, cosmo, and sunflower. And let's see. Okay, so here's a honeydew. There's a watermelon Ty got me for Mother's Day, and I planted honeydew and cantaloupe through here, and then I did in behind back I did watermelon, but they were like really old seeds from like 2014. So I was like, I better get them in the ground. But these are obviously doing something. The cantaloupes, I think they were 2018 or something, so they're doing good. These, I believe, are some what were they called? Sweet peas from some seeds that I'd got at an auction, and they were like from the 70s, and they actually come up. So this one and this one, if that's correct, that's what it is. And I've got a trailing nasturtium there, and also a trailing nasturtium here. If they do anything, last year they didn't do well here. And then our kale, and this should be lemon squash. I don't know if it's going to come up or not. There's lemon squash and nasturtium there. These tomatoes, I don't remember. I know this wasn't a cherry tomato. I just ran out of space. So I'm not sure exactly which one that is. That's our thyme. I dug up the big lemon balm that was here. There's more lemon squash. And you can see the watermelon and the tomatoes. And I planted more in here where I think I planted like one here and one here of the squash. And there's a lemon balm that survived. And let's see, there's more tomatoes and lemon squash, and I think that is it. Let me think. Now, of course, at the fence, I have planted a bunch of herbs and stuff, but the grass is growing so much that it's so hard to see. Oh yes, I'll show you your walking onions. Let's see. They are doing great. They're so tall. They're starting to fall over and walk. But you can see like some purple, that's some catnip in here, and I've got comfrey, and then that's mint, and there's lemon balm. I mean, I packed it in, as well as put these hedges up. So these little hedges things, they're those things over there. So hopefully they'll grow big and give us lots of nice privacy. But these red things, these are what the dewberries grow on. There's a ripe one right there. We missed it yesterday. Got some breakfast. There's another one. See, these things are amazing. You look and you find one, and then you find more and more and more. Now, we've picked way more. Like, we've had muffins at least once, and then there's a pound in the freezer, and we you know, of course you eat a lot, so who knows how many we've picked. But you can see some of our comfrey that we've had here for several years is getting really big, and some of these hedges I planted a few years ago are getting pretty big. And yeah, there was really pretty evening primroses flowers, but the county came and cut a bunch of them. But they were over this whole ditch. Mandy made a really pretty video of it the other day. She's trying to make videos and submit for a job application, so she came out and did that. But they're so pretty. I love them. But there was dewberries all in here. Hopefully you can still get some, but we'll see. And then I think that's about it. I'm thinking you can see my thing I put my laundry on. I was telling you it's like an umbrella thing. Maybe you can see that from here. And I think that's pretty much it. Alrighty, well, thanks for hanging with me the whole time. I know it was a long one. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.